Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. I'm here today to do a book review for you. I'm really lucky. I know I'm really lucky to be a member of the Jane Porter review crew, even though I live in the UK. And I've received her new book, Montana Cowboy Bride. I downloaded it on Friday. Started reading it on Friday, and my Kindle battery went done. So I couldn't finish it. If I had, I'm not joking, I would have been reading this all in one day. So there's the cover. Beautiful, beautiful cover. So Montana Cowboy Bride is book 6 in the Wyatt Brothers of Montana series. I haven't read any of the other series, and I didn't feel that I needed to have done so. I read this basically as a standalone. So that's the cover. This comes out on the 4th of April and is published by Tool Publishing. So thank you both to Jane and to Tool for letting me have an e-arc of this book. So what's the book about, I hear you ask? Well, hold on till I switch this off. There we go. Okay, so we meet Briar Phillips. Now, Briar has previously, in the prologue, you find out that she came to Sundowner Ranch, Montana to reconnect with her half-brother. They had lost a lot of contact, and she'd been hunting for him for years, and she finds out that he had been hunting for her as well. The initial, shall we say, meeting and her staying with him and his wife Mary B and their baby Grace did not exactly go, I think, as Briar would have wanted. I think Briar is looking for a home. She's looking to find family that is, shall we say, almost like his blood family. Not, she was adopted, as a baby. So don't get me wrong, she loves her adoptive parents, but she wants blood family, if that makes sense. So as I say, the first meeting did not go well, or as well as would be hoped. But she turns up, I think about 6 months to a year later, complete with all her worldly possessions and her horse Judas. But Cade, her half brother, is not there. Himself and his wife and the baby have gone to see his, I think it's his parents, and she is met by Jet, who is managing the ranch in Cade's absence. Jet immediately phones Cade, and Cade's like, take her up to the big house, she can stay there. But meanwhile, Briar has found the spare key and is in Cade's house, and Jet goes, can't do that, she's in your house. So basically Cade phones, she ends up at the big house with Emma, who helps Mrs. Warner, who owns the ranch but lives in the big house. So Briar is, she wants to help with the horses and everything because that's what she's always done. But she's put to kitchen duty. She ends up having to help Emma in the kitchen. And she in many ways doesn't mind that. She's quite happy. She is, learning new skills, learning, how to work with somebody else. The other thing is that she has her meals with Mrs. Warner, and at night she and Mrs. Warner sit and watch TV together, and they begin to form a friendship and a bond, which was lovely. And she also sort of starts to make friends with Emma. Cade has warned all the cowboys on the ranch off Briar because he thinks Briar is a trouble, that she's not exactly good for nothing, but she's trouble, and trouble will, be all that she is, which is very, very unfair. He is basically sort of taking what he thinks Briar is like from what his mother was like, and it's like that's how they're blood related, is through their mothers, through their mother. And that is very unfair, and I didn't like that, I have to say. I thought, that's not right. You've got to get to know her as a person, and don't just have all these assumptions and, preconceived ideas. But that being said, Jet still befriends Briar, and they do become friends. Briar is holding out a very big secret, and she doesn't tell anyone, but eventually she has to tell Jet, and she eventually has to tell her sister-in-law as well. At which point Jet steps up and comes up with options for her, which was really, really nice. I thought it was really nice. Cade doesn't want Jet anywhere near Briar because of something in Jet's past, but he tells Briar all about it, and she accepts him as he is and all that has gone before, which was really nice. It was a very touching scene, actually, where he was explaining about his past life, she was explaining about hers. It was really, really well done, and it was, you know, just this acceptance of, well, you got baggage, I've got baggage, you know, let's accept the baggage. You've moved on from there, and this is where we are now. This is who you are now. So that was really, really nice. I'm not going to say what the situation is, but it ends up that Briar and Jet become a partnership. Cade is not too happy with this at all. He is, in fact, furious. Words are said, blah blah blah, and there is a bit of a tension release at that point, which was good. It needed to be done, because that relationship, in order for it to work, he has to listen to Briar. He has to listen to the way that she feels he is treating her, and he is going to have to change his attitude. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens. Don't get me wrong, I liked Cade as a character, but I just felt he was being very, very unfair to his half-sister. And did it spoil the book? No, it didn't spoil the book, but I did get annoyed with him. I have to say, I did get annoyed with him. I did like Briar. I thought she was a really nice character. She's made mistakes in her life. She has regrets, but she's willing to, shall we say, own them. And she's like, yep, this has happened in my past, but I'm a different person now. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. And she's willing to work for it. She's not one of these, oh, I'm entitled, etc. No, she is willing to work for what she wants, and I thought that was really good. I loved Mrs. Warner. I thought she was just such a lovely, warm old lady who has seen a lot of life, who wants everybody to get on and to accept everybody for who they are. I think she kind of looked on Briar as, in some ways, maybe a lost daughter, a daughter that she never had. And I liked that. I mean, it gave Briar this sort of the mum or the grandmother aspect that she didn't have. And I liked that. I also liked the fact that Jet, helped Briar with her relationship with her father. There was a bit of not estrangement there, but there were things that were just sort of slightly off kilter that he helped her help them both get back online, which I thought was really, really good. As I say, I really, really enjoyed this book. This is only my second book ever of Jane Porter's, and I absolutely loved it. I'm definitely going to be getting the previous books in the series, because I want to kind of read the story from the beginning up to now. But if you like cowboy books, if you like sort of family dynamics, if you just like seeing people do their best and getting good results from that, and in many ways turning their lives around, then this is definitely the book for you. I hope you've enjoyed this review. As I've tried to sort of keep the main plots of the story, but keep bits, away so that it doesn't spoil the whole story, because I don't think that, I don't like giving out spoilers. But yeah, I really hope that you'll pick this book up. As I say, it comes out on the 4th of April, published by Tool Publishing. Definitely give this book a go, friends. It is just so good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, gave it 5 stars, and I'm looking forward to reading the rest of them. But that's it for this review. Hope you've liked it. Please let me know down in the comments, have you read this book? If you have, what did you think of it? Or has my review made you think, oh yeah, I quite fancy that one? And have you read any of the others in this series? I would love to know. But until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading. Bye!